Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast. It's Monday. It's the Monday mashup. Myself and Marky are in situ and all, but we've a special pair of guests on tonight. And when Tony Browner is on the screen, there's a big announcement coming. There's another Legends game has entered the calendar. And we're also welcoming Lee from Allenswood Celtic, who's going to be filling us in on this huge event that's coming up and stuff like that next May. And we're going to be getting all the detail and stuff like that. Tony, I'll give you a rundown as the usual, Legends 11, as he always does. But if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, drop a like on the video as well, and make sure the lads' socials are down in the description as well. Go over there and make sure you're liking and following the boys as well, giving them all the support that they need for these unbelievable Legends games that Tony and Legends 11 put on. It's a fantastic day out. The trophies, of course, you see there. Marky will be talking about them in a second. They're a big part of the day as well. Obviously, a great attraction on the day and stuff like that as well. And we'll give you a big rundown on the actual day. And then we'll have Lee and we'll have Tony on again, who'll give us a rundown of how things are progressing as we go along, as we always do, working in conjunction with Tony and Legends 11. Marky, kick us off there on the sponsorship for the Monday mashup this season.
Yeah, lads, just go on to Facebook, Instagram. If you have any events next year coming up, we're playing communions, confirmations, and all coming up next year. So get contacted in socials. Yeah, the trophies were down with the lads there on Saturday night. It seemed like a good night. I'll let Lee talk about that now. And a trophy isn't stranger to Allenswood from what I've seen on their socials with the women's teams and the under 17s and also fair play. But yeah, if just contact me on socials if you have any events coming up over next year and if you want the trophies at them.
Absolutely. Spot on. So, folks, if you need any of that, make sure you hit us up. If you can't get in touch with Marky, get in touch with myself or the podcast. I mentioned the podcast as well. Marky will look after you and stuff
I'll charge you extra when you mention the podcast.
And it's really important if you're doing a communion confirmation or a special event that you get in touch, because obviously our good friends at Legends 11 always get priority over these things. It goes without saying and stuff like
That's
that.
That's
it. Lee, welcome to the show. Talk to me about Allenswood Celtic. And give us a bit of history, a bit of background to the club, and how you are doing, success, all that kind of stuff.
Brilliant, guys. Thanks for having me on. So Allenswood Celtic is a community club based in Kildare, founded in 1991. So next year we're 35 celebrating for the club next year. So we're strong. Underage press boys and girls football. Girls football, as Mark has just mentioned, has been hugely successful for us this year with an under 17s girls team that did the league double. And those girls, I think, all are of an age group that can play 16s or 17s for another year or so. So there's probably big things to come from that team. There's players that featured in the KDFL Team of the Year as well, from that under 17s, and one of the girls, Chloe Donnelly, who's only 15 years of age, actually got Senior Ladies Player of the Year award, which is pretty special.
Congrats.
Brilliant, yeah.
So club. Our ladies senior team won their division sheet, and our men's team were narrowly beaten in the final of Division Cup by Penn. So we're kind of competing at all now within the club, which is fantastic. So we're now trying to take the club to the next phase. So we've got a big development plan that we're trying to break ground on into 2026. And we're building a new clubhouse. And we're looking to get a full-size AstroTurf facility grounds. So to try and drive all that is obviously a huge task that we're taking on. That's how myself and Tony met and started our conversations about what event we could run that could achieve our goals, but also give some community that the community could get excited about and get behind. And here we are. We have the Legends in the Wood match coming now next year on the 23rd of May. So we did our launch night on Saturday just gone, and we've had an unbelievable response from the community. This is going to be a huge event. We've a guest following the match in the KDN Hotel. I got confirmation this morning. The KDN Hotel is actually sold out for the event already. All rooms are sold out.
Amazing.
Since the launch. So the response has been huge. Tony didn't warn me about our phones would start. it's more like a telecom centre here in Allenswood Celtic at the minute, trying to keep up. But I suppose that's a good complaint. All responses have been positive so far. So that's it. That's with the club. Like, we're going to launch, it will be on the 23rd of May in 2020 in our own grounds. We have at the main pitch, senior pitch there. It's probably one of the best playing surfaces in Kildare. So we're looking forward to kind of hosting the legends on that surface, and then get the locals. The kids are all excited. Tony brought the trophies with them there at the weekend, so they got lifted in the air more often than they have been in the last couple of weeks. So everything went down well, and everything's been very positive. So it's just a big thing for us is this event just gives us the platform that we can provide an elite level facility for the teams that we have within the club. We're a small club within Kildare that we punched a little bit above our weight over the years. We've membership base as well. We've nearly 320 members within the club. We're hoping to grow that on the back of this success, and then obviously provide these that kind of take us to the next phase. So that's where there's a big drive from the committee and the exec committee, is to try and just portray the club that we can't, while we're still a community club, we can also compete. So that's where we're trying to take it. And so far we're getting positive response and support from local community and from volunteers alike. So that's probably the most important part from our perspective.
Brilliant.
Awesome.
I watched the video, Lee, on Saturday night as well. It was very good. The live video of the launch. It's very good. Yeah. And you made everyone in the crowd automatically became a volunteer for the event without them knowing. Love it.
Everyone for the event, we made sure to sign them all up before they walked in, whether they like it or not.
Disclaimer.
But listen, I think that's the nature of the community in Allenswood here. They tend to get behind big events. There've been huge support for the football club over the years, and I've no doubt they'll be there to support us again. So it's something that the town has never seen. The town has never really seen the likes of an event like this being carried out. So for us, it's a case of delivering the best possible event for the town and for the club that puts the club on them effectively. So it's just about recognition element of it. We're trying to reconnect the community as well. We're trying to show the community what the club is about. We're trying to show the community that we're there to support them. We're there to move the club on. You can't club like I'm talking to Tony then Saturday. He's around football a long time. The biggest problem you have in football clubs is sometimes you end up standing still, and we can't afford to do that. We need to drive things forward and show the community that as a committee, we want to see development across all age groups, and we're there. At the end of the day, it's all for a bit of fun for the kids, but you need to develop them along the way as well. So I think we're trying to achieve that, and we seem to be pointing it.
Yeah, looking at it there, Lee, the foundation of success there is fantastic, so you have a great platform there to build onto the next level as well. Tony, give the viewers and the subscribers an insight into these players and how approachable they are and all that kind of good stuff that goes on as well. At a time where players these days wave fans away and keep that kind of distance and all, this is a very, very different event and a very, very different experience for people who go to this.
Yeah, there is a unique, I suppose, atmosphere to the games. They are approachable, the players. 18 years ago we started this, and look where we are now. It's just been incredible. The lads love coming over. I mean, the amount of phone calls and texts I get from the lads, what are we on? What are we doing? They love coming back here, and they can just be themselves. And I said it to Lee the other night, if the lads were here on Saturday, they'd be sitting in the middle of that crowd and it wouldn't faze them. Ryan McClare, Wes Brown, Jermaine Beckford, they wouldn't, Yakuba, they'd just sit there. It's like being, you knew them your whole life. You know what I mean? They are very approachable, and they appreciate the fans coming out to the games and whatever. And they are very professional from the minute they land in Ireland. And once we give them their criteria, what they're going to be doing, they turn it on. And they're a great crack. They would have happily sat there on a Saturday night swallowing the Guinness and just taking it all in, and they are looking forward to it. I was talking to a few lads over the weekend, and they can't wait. It kicks off in May, couple of games in May, and this game is going to be terrific. It's going to be amazing. On Saturday night, it was brilliant. The amount of people, the togetherness in the club, the positivity in the area, what Lee and the committee and the club are bringing to the area. I hope Kildare appreciate what they're going to be bringing to the area. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. And the place, it'll be sold out. I said it to Lee, there's 3 Jennies I was talking to the other night, and I got so confused. And there's a Carla, and they were all brilliant. And I just said, it's going to be sold out, girls. And they said, really? I said, I'm telling you, it's going to be sold out. I reckon it could be January, February, March. You might have sold out across Facebook on this event. That's how positive I am, and it's just been amazing. The feedback.
Yeah, we have a great team. There's a great team on the committee there. That we've got 18 members on the committee we set up a separate Legends committee just purely to this event, and we've a huge team behind us and a very strong team and a committed team, which is great. And even just to see the interest, the text messages, the excitement around the town, even from the committee members, is brilliant to watch, to sit back and turn around and say, okay, this is not a low event for any one person. The whole town and the whole club seems to be getting behind it. So that's the kind of impressive part for me. And the phone between my own wife is on the committee as well. Some might say she's running it, or she'd tell me she's running it. So we here at home, it's non-stop. Legends stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I find as well? Mark, and you remember this, I know you probably remember as well. Last year we done a game in Airfield, and this is like a carbon copy of Airfield. It's a very similar, the way they're going about their business, the community response, the togetherness in the club, the pulling together of they're all going in the one area, they're all going together in the one direction, but it's to benefit the club and benefit the kids in the club. Do you know what I mean? It's not about an individual. It's about the club getting bigger together. And look what happened in Airfield with Sky Sports and everything else. It was just amazing. That was ridiculous, that game. It was mental. And this will be similar.
Yeah, I always say, Lee, the smooth running of these days and how they go is always down to the professionalism of Tony's crew and yourselves and stuff like that, getting involved and stuff. And that smooth running doesn't happen by chance. That is hours upon weeks upon months of work and graft that delivers such a smooth experience for everyone that has such an enjoyable day. And I often say it as well, even in terms of value for money, when you think about what people are charging these days for autograph sessions and evenings and all that kind of stuff, I say it to Tony all the time, Legends 11 for value for money for the whole experience that they deliver, no one can beat them. No one comes even close from a competition point of view. What these guys deliver on the day, there are people at that day, Lee, that will experience a day that they will take away and be telling their kids and their grandkids years down the line. Unbelievable. 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 So hopefully it goes well. Looks like it's off to an absolute fantastic start. Go ahead.
Hotel is sold out. Well, rooms are sold out. So we reckon that we're going to go live with Gallatin. We're going to sell for the Christmas. They'll be available through the club. So no doubt we'll have a huge demand on those. Match tickets we're hoping will go on sale this Friday, coming Friday. They'll be on Eventbrite. So the event name is Legends in the Woods. So the search will bring you there to Eventbrite for match tickets. So yeah, as Tony said, we're just hoping for a hugely successful event. And it's a day out to remember, as you say. I was actually involved in one of Tony's games going on 15 years ago now in Bray, and they're still talking about it now. So I'm looking forward to bringing this event to Allenswood and showing the community what the Legends 11 is all about. Look, we can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. What we'll do is we'll have future shows, and also we'll make sure the link to that Eventbrite and all is there in the descriptions and stuff like that, and we'll continue to push it on our end as well for you, just to make sure it all goes well and it, sells out. And listen, it's a no-brainer. When people say the price of this thing, it's an absolute no-brainer. And I even talk to Tony sometimes when we talk about the legends coming over and stuff like that. It's not kind of Legends 11 and the Legends. It's like one combined kind of family. These guys are part of the fabric of Legends 11 when they come over. These are like extended family members as opposed to being just legends of football and stuff like that. And the dynamic league, you won't believe, when you get a Premier League Legends 11 as opposed to a Leeds or a Man United game, the dynamic is insane and the banter is off the Richter. It's fantastic for these guys. It's such an experience. Unbelievable time, people will have an amazing time at this, so yeah, nothing but success, and no doubt it will. And it sounds like, as Tony said, you're off to a flyer, like you have your committees and you have everyone committed and volunteers and the community's right behind it and all, so it can only succeed. Failure isn't on the cards here at all, so this is absolutely phenomenal, and long may it continue. And Lee, we'll have you on. We'll get you on in about 6 weeks or so, and you can update us on how things are going. And if you want to send us over anything there, if you're plugging stuff, or don't forget, folks, great Christmas presents as well. You will get up Christmas morning, open up a card, and a ticket for this is in it, or the gala evening or something like that. You're on a winner straight away. You're going to have a great Christmas day. So make sure you're out there and make sure you're supporting. And as I said, because it's a Legends 11 and it's a Premier League 11, you don't have to have any affiliation. Doesn't matter who you follow or who you pin your colours to. It's a great day out and it'll be phenomenal. So yeah, absolutely. Mark, Aunt, Dad?
Yeah, there'll be no surprises Christmas morning in Allenswood this year.
And is Lee dusting the cobwebs off the boots and getting onto the pitch on the day,
I am body permitting.
Happy lad.
Body permitting.
Happy lad.
As I said, I was up coaching 13-year-olds this evening, and the hamstring is pretty tight, so it only lasts until May next year.
Brilliant. So yeah, absolutely fantastic, folks. So make sure you are following the socials for all the latest information and everything else that'll be going up. Lee and his crew will be updating it on it, probably literally on a daily or weekly basis at this stage, with the excitement that's building and stuff like that. And certainly through the Christmas period, as I said, great gifts to give as well and stuff like that. And make sure you're checking out all the updates from Legends 11 as well. All the other, they've a mountain. The calendar for next summer is insane. Next year as well. Tony keeps us updated. He's a regular on the podcast, of course, always updates us on different matches and stuff like that. But this one looks like it's going to be knocked out of the park for sure. So all I can say is thanks for joining us.
Cheers, Lee.
No problem.
Cheers, Browner.
Thanks very much.
Thanks,
Browner wasn't even born when Allenswood was founded.
Jeez, what year was that?
91.
No, just before you go, Niall, I just seen there. Before you go, we have a couple of lads have confirmed. Jermaine Beckford is confirmed. Andy Cousins is confirmed. We have Keith Gillespie and Wes Brown. Wes done a video for Lee the other day. I rang Wes and asked him could he do a video for the launch night, and he done it in literally. He done it on the spot for me, and the lads actually played the video. Lee played the video on Saturday night. It went down very well. So as the players are confirmed, the lads, yourself, Mark, they'll do videos pushing the games and looking forward to coming to Ireland, coming forward to Allenswood. I could be wrong. I can't even remember. Maybe I'm wrong, Lee. You might be able to tell me. I can't remember us doing a game in Kildare. There was a game years ago in Newbridge, but it was like 7 Liverpool legends. Maybe it wasn't. I don't think it was an air event, but that I can't remember doing an event in Kildare. Now I could be wrong. So I think this is the first proper legends event we've ever done in Kildare. So it's going to be an absolute cracker. Believe me, that place is going to be full. Like yourself,
Kildare
man.
is full of legends. Kildare is full of legends.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Kildare town.
That's it.
Kildare had a team in the League of Ireland.
When I seen that KD hotel back in the day, I did a bit of DJing there back in the day, actually. Yeah, I used to do a couple of 21st there and a couple of 40s. I think I actually even did 2 weddings at one stage, actually. I think, yeah, back in the day. Yeah, that was insane. Good spot that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Going to be a cracker.
Well, listen, thanks for coming on. Really
They all
appreciate
happen
you
in
coming
20.
on. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, follow the lads' socials and all. They're there in the description,
Cheers,
folks.
lads.
Give them all the support, as you always do on Legends 11.
Cheers,
Lee,
Lee.
pleasure
Cheers,
having you
Brownie.
on. Browner, great to see you again, pal.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks for having us on, and we'll see you again real soon.
Cheers, Mark. Thanks, Niall.
Cheers, Lee.
Cheers,
Take
lads.
care, buddy.
Well done, Lee. Cheers, mate. Cheers. See you, lads.
Cheers, Browner.
Bye-bye.
Cheers, guys. Bye. Bye.
It's gonna be some deal by the sounds of it.
Absolutely. And when you get a mixed team, a mixed Premier League 11, it's insane.
It is. It's great, and like we've seen it in Airfield there. You know, it doesn't matter. You've Liverpool, you've Everton, you've Leeds, you've United. You know, Newcastle. A mix of everyone. We had Spurs there with Stephen Kerr and stuff the last time, so it was fantastic. It's great to see. But like you said, you don't have to support any of them to go see the lads. You know.
Doesn't matter. You're a football fan on the day and you'll have a great time, and you will not experience that value anywhere else. I say it every single time we cover these matches. The experience and the value for money and the memories that you go away with and stuff like that, you know what I mean? It's just absolutely insane. So
before we go any further, cuz just want to say hello to Georgia. She's upstairs watching in her room. She should be asleep.
Yeah, shout out to Georgia. No bother.
I had to leave that time because I heard noises upstairs, so she's upstairs watching the podcast. So go sleep, Georgia. Now I said hello to you. You can go sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this lad. Throwing shade, huh? Throwing shade. Well, have you now put a bit of respect on that man's name? That man is the current Premier League holder. Yeah, bit of respect there now. You know what I mean? Bit of respect. I know you haven't had good experiences yourself with bald Dutch managers, but now need to spread it. You know what I mean? Now need to spread it.
Yeah, I've been enjoying sending you the WhatsApps over the weekends.
What's that, Bernie? You didn't say I didn't get out this weekend.
I sent you something late on Saturday night. Remember?
What was that?
I'll let you go back in your WhatsApp.
It's
not one for the podcast.
I can't remember, but
it's not one for the podcast.
But I had died down because I was getting 3 or 4 on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I'd be 7:30 in the morning. I'd send them over to you so you can.
Yeah, now Baz was in with me today as well, and he sent me the one 8 more losses to Christmas, and I went, I don't think so. We've turned that around anyway. That's for sure. Happy days. So there you go. So
he didn't have a fresh cut today, did he?
Yeah, no, he didn't. No,
Wednesday.
No, Wednesday is the fresh cut day. Wednesday's fresh cut
yeah.
day. Yeah, yourself, and Darren, we're all tuned into that. We're all tuned into that roster. It's all good. It's all good.
Yes.
Good up, Keith. Good to see you, pal. Great show today, Keith,
Keith,
by the way. Great John Cena video on the channel there, folks.
We watched it earlier, Keith. Fair play.
Really
top moments.
It's all John Cena month this month. December is going to be John Cena month because obviously he's retiring and stuff like that. And I put up today, what did I put up? I put up a West Ham reaction. And I put up Premier League predictions for the midweek matches as well. And we'll go through them with you tonight as well. Obviously, Ted, on that game, we'll try and put something together, but it's like we got to get something going.
Wait, I have something in mind in terms of maybe League of Ireland legends.
We're looking at something like that, something that we can do real good for charity or something like that. Joanne, how are you? Hope you're good.
How are you, Joanne?
Hope you're good.
I'm looking forward to hearing about Joanne's reaction to yesterday's game.
It was his response afterward was kind of a bit more
very strange. Very strange. Yeah.
Right, let's kick it off anyway. Saturday. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go line for line, or do you want to pick?
We'll go Brentford, Burnley.
Burnley,
another great win for them. Obviously Keith Andrews. We all had a little bit of a moment at the start when he came in and said about his experience, but some job he's done, the togetherness there. You look at Queeveen and the likes of Nathan Collins, obviously playing internationally and at club level really helps as well. And Thiago, what a find, man! What a find! Like he's banging in the goals. I think he's second in the chart now, isn't he, for the Golden Boot? But listen, great win. Obviously Burnley. Looking at them, they thought they got back into it with the equalising penalty and stuff like that, but it wasn't to be. And you just feel like they're gonna go down with Wolves as well, like by the looks of it now. So, but yeah, listen, great win for Brentford, and they've put in some really, really good performances this season. In fairness to them, like, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of penalties, did you see one Troy Parrott's panel?
Yeah, over the bar, the Panenka. Jesus Christ! See
So
the
long,
managers.
so long as it's for AK, I'm all good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, get
As
them
long
out
as
here
for
some AK. Yeah.
But yeah, the reaction, even the opposition players running over to him and all, like, Jesus.
Yeah, Premier League legends. Ted, you organised the budget for us, yeah?
Yeah, Ted, you. I'll get the decisions all right, but yeah, we need a big whack to get them lads playing.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you say? Who will make all the calls in our direction? Absolutely, the
Play
ref.
away.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up, then we had where are we going here? Man City Leeds.
It was a crazy game, wasn't it, cuz?
Game of
Crazy
two
game.
halves, as they say.
Absolutely. Like, listen, started off well. They scored pretty much straight away from tip off, and great finish by Foden, hit the underside of the bar. And at that stage, I look and going, this could be any kind of a score here, and they got the second in, and Leeds just got back into it. Like, I said this, but they individually they have really good players. It's just combining as a team at times. And Calvert-Lewin, obviously, a bit of luck there when the ball came back to him, and he stuck it into the bottom corner. And then, at 2-2, you're thinking, they could come away with a point here. And in fairness, if Liverpool hadn't let me down, my last man standing this week would have been City. So it would have been sitting on the edge of the seat. But yeah, again, they done what they done. It was great. A great finish by Foden, cut into the bottom left-hand corner. And City looking really good. I was one unfortunate man. I was one of the people who triple captained Haaland on Saturday, and nothing came of it. So
that's insane, isn't it, to think that?
Yeah,
the 1 week it happens, you know what I mean? And
I was talking to one of the lads, Ryan, and he's a big Arsenal fan, but his dad was a Leeds fan. His dad sadly passed away there a year or two ago, but he was saying that he hates doing it, but he was going to do the exact same thing. He just fancied Haaland, to banging a few against Leeds and stuff like that. And I said, yeah, I'm on that buzz as well. And then on Saturday, it was just disaster. But listen, great win for them in the end. But Leeds, would be feeling very, very unlucky not to have come away with a point.
Quite a similar game. Sunderland 3, Bournemouth 2.
Oh my God, man! I tell you, for the neutral, this was just had everything. It was an absolute fantastic game of football. I think there was 10 yellow cards, 1 red card, VAR penalty decision, 5 goals. Obviously, I think the post was hit a few times, the crossbar was hit as well. It had everything in it, and I have to say, I absolutely love watching Sunderland play at home. The atmosphere in the Stadium of Light is second to none. They're playing like they did in the 90s, free-flowing football. Bournemouth probably felt a bit unlucky that the offside goal wasn't given that time. That would have changed the game. But Sunderland, fair play to them, got back into it and ended up with a great header towards the end. And you can see the scenes, like it was fantastic. They've been playing really, really good. And I think they've more points than Ipswich did of the whole of last season now. So just unbelievable.
It was, Joanne. Yeah, absolutely, Ted. Some week for the neutrals. It's great.
It was, Ted,
it's great. It's so enjoyable when you don't have a card in the game, isn't it? When
did Joanne say Sunderland 3-2 on Thursday night?
She did. I think we both predicted. I think
Joanne.
myself and Daz went with a draw. I think. I'm not too sure. I think we went for the draw.
I was off for the weekend. I have to say, it was the best match I watched all weekend. Unreal.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then we had Everton 1, Newcastle 4.
Yeah.
Everton came out absolutely asleep for the first 20 minutes. What happened there?
I don't know. Do you know what?
Very unnoisy, like. And at home.
It was. And you seen the way they played against us with 10 men in Old Trafford on Monday night. And you were thinking, and then you look at it, and now, fair enough, the second goal, Pickford made it an absolute howler, and in fairness to him, he's been playing excellent for them the last few seasons. Excuse me. But they just look abysmal at the back. And usually the likes of Keane and all, even that header Newcastle scored for the first goal, the height that Everton have at the back, you know, and they're conceding from a set piece like that. Second one goes in. The third goal, it was Berbatov-esque little dink over Pickford.
Beautiful.
Just so calm. It was
he's settled into the Premier League nicely, hasn't he?
He has.
There
was a few weeks there. I had him in my fantasy scoring. Then there was a few weeks when he went off, and I brought Mateta in. And I was thinking, but what an absolute divine finish that was. Pickford, no chance. I have to say, Dewsbury Hall's goal was very well taken. Good little touch, turn and finish. But yeah, it was just a consolation at that stage, you know, that sort of way. And brilliant win for Newcastle. Everton be very, very disappointed that they didn't take the momentum of beating us in Old Trafford on Monday, bring it into that game, particularly at home. So they be looking to get back onto the board now this week with the midweek games, you know.
Spurs fans begging for away games at the moment, getting beaten 2-1 at home to Fulham, equaling their worst record at home in a calendar year. I think it was set in 2004 and 1993. 10 losses at home in a calendar year. I think they're going to break it. There's a lot of home games between now and Christmas. I have a funny feeling we could hit 11 or 12 potentially here. What do you think is the issue there at Spurs? What's going on there that like being at home, the onus is on you to go out there and stuff like that. And I did say Fulham are interesting that way under Marco Silva. If they feel they can spoil a party, they will spoil.
They will. You can't take them for granted, cuz. And you look at it, right? The first goal, it's early doors. It takes deflection. Beccario is kind of like fair enough. The second goal, though, what is he doing? Build it into Rosette. Do what you have to do. Get back into position. But can I just say, what a fantastic finish by Harry Wilson.
What a baller.
Oh my God. He doesn't score tap-ins, does he?
No, learn this trade at another club, all right.
Yeah, no, I believe so. We won't mention it. But yeah, no, listen, it was some finish. But Beccario, he starts shouting at his defenders after him giving the ball away, being out of position. But like I said, you can't. What a fin! But listen, second half they came out. They created a few chances as well. In fairness, they started off really bright in the second half. Obviously, Thomas Frank got them in the changing room, by the scruff of the neck, and really had a go at them. But yeah, no, I think the header. Was it the header just after half time? Just went wide of the post, and you were thinking, right, they're definitely up for this. They get a goal back, but wasn't enough. So a fantastic 3 points for Fulham. I don't think possibly they might have expected it. Maybe they would have taken a draw beforehand, but you can never ever take Fulham for granted. Like,
I think I said it on Thursday with Darren, or I did it in the Premier League predictions on the Saturday morning. I was saying it feels like a draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham won this. Like, it's just
you know, you're spot on.
Horrific at home at the moment.
I don't know what's going on.
So Palace 1, Man United 2. Man United coming back after going 1-0 down to a Mateta penalty that had to be taken twice.
Yeah.
Second penalty was absolutely sublime compared to the first one, to be honest. But yeah. Good to see you coming back and stuff like that. Xerxes with a lovely goal from a tight angle, and Mason Mount with that very clever free kick with Bruno. Palace will be disappointed in this. They had chances.
They did. Had chances. To me, they were the better team in the first half. We started off okay, you know, the first 5-10 minutes. We kind of we got back to our old selves then, you know, Dalloway position, getting caught at the back. Mateta, like the lick slipped a few times to let Mateta in and stuff like that. We were very, very fortunate he didn't take one of the opportunities that went wide of the post. But second half, again, probably like Thomas Frank did on the Saturday evening, Ruben gets them in at half time and, you know, gives them a team talk and gets them back out there. And from the off, I was talking to my dad at half time. Yeah, I was even talking to my dad at half time. I said I felt sorry for Xerxes. You can see he wants to score. It's like he's carrying a weight on his shoulders. We were talking about Shea Lacey maybe coming on at some stage or whatever. But yeah, he took his goal fantastically. I was delighted for him. And obviously the free kick. I watched the interview with Mason after. He didn't realise, Bruno told him at the very last second that he was going to touch the ball to him. Yeah. And it was a fantastic finish.
Palace so asleep for that one.
They were, and in
Spoilers.
fairness, in the second half, they looked leggy. I have to say, they look very leggy.
The
Obviously, I
Thursday,
was just
Sunday
gonna say,
conundrum.
yeah, I was just gonna say that. I think that, and
Yeah.
when you look at it, they didn't do much in the transfer window to strengthen the squad, like strengthen depth, considering they were going to be playing in Europe. And we in fairness, we used that to our advantage, and I thought we did that very well. I was delighted when Hendo conceded the free kick after his little celebration after 20 seconds, the save from Casemiro and stuff. But listen, delighted after the disappointment of losing on Monday night against a 10-man Everton team. It's always a tough place to go, Selhurst Park, as you know, as a lot of other fans know. It's a very tough place to go to. Glasner has that team playing very, very well. I would have taken a point beforehand. I would have bitten your hand off for a point, but I was ecstatic. Myself, Georgia, and Holly were sitting here watching it yesterday morning, and it was an absolute unbelievable feeling coming away with 3 points. But
it's nice to see our team come back and have that mental fortitude. That's what's been missing in United for
100%,
a while now,
100%. Listen, other weeks we go 1-0 down after conceding the penalty, which was Euro very, very bad mistake from himself, his positioning, and it was clumsy. But there's been games where we could have lost 3 or 4-0 there. Do you know what I mean? It could have went that way, but it didn't, and it shows that we have the mentality to come back into games. It's about switching that mentality on at times, and even some of the changes, like we at times you see Kobe coming on, and you have Mazzarewi coming on, and I was very. I'm not Dallow's biggest fan, and myself and my dad had a conversation before the game and stuff. I wasn't happy to see him on, but you can see what he's doing. There's lots of games this month, because as you well know, there's going to be a rotation, and I think he planned the team very well in the end. At the start, I wasn't thinking that, but but when you come away with a win and three points from Selhurst Park, it's always a good day.
At the moment to be a bit more purpose and structure to your way of playing at the moment, as opposed to kind of like suck it and see kind of thing. That
There
kind of
is,
way. Like
and in fairness, we still use a long throw after 20 seconds in the game and stuff like that. That nearly led to a goal, so you're still going to have that as well. But absolutely, Ted. That was the fear when we did, and like I said, Mateta had a great opportunity before that. Can I just say as well, Wharton, big time, Ted. I cannot stand the lad. Wharton, can I just say, I know you're a big fan of him, but to see him, some of his touches and his passing is unbelievable. He had that shot that went straight at him. I can't believe he hasn't scored. Either side of the keeper that goes in. So, but
do you know the funny thing about Wharton? Even when there was a couple of passes the other day that he was just trying to sneak it through the channel, and you cut it out. But even the passes that get cut out, you can see his mind is operating at a different level.
He's very intelligent.
Those balls out to Munoz and all at times and all, just
you
can just see his brain is operating at a different level in terms of football and stuff like that and all. And
he's only
just
young
sees
as well,
things.
isn't he? Like he's when you think
myself and Darren talk about his maturity. We spoke about it on Thursday. Maturity beyond his years. He plays like a 27-year-old.
Yeah,
prime.
100%.
Unbelievable.
100%. And I think Glasner has a lot to how are you, Baz? Yeah, all right, man. I think he'll thank Glasner a lot for that, because I think he's kept them grounded. We've seen a lot of young lads come into the Premier League and hit the ground running, and then all of a sudden it goes to their head. But he seems very grounded, and his level of intelligence when he's on the ball, and even when he's off the ball, if you see his movement in midfield, even Muniz, making runs on the outside of him, his little movement inside is always asking questions of the opposition players, and he's very intelligent.
His use of the ball as well, and he does a calming effect there as well. Definitely. He doesn't have to be in a hurry to get rid of the ball, but he wants to make sure his use of the ball, he's not coughing it up and stuff like that. And also, very, very good. So impressed by him and stuff like that. Aston Villa 1, Wolves 0. Wolves still in trouble under Rob Edwards now, but the goal coming from an unlikely source in Kamara.
It was, and it was a great finish.
Lovely goal.
It was a great finish, in fairness. And you look at Wolves, 13 games in, they've only 2 points. Goes, when Derby had that season of the worst season ever, 13 games in, they still had 6 points. Southampton last season had, at this stage, 5 points. So when you look at it, it just shows the depths that they're at. Now, listen, it could have been a completely different game if their disallowed goal for offside had stood. You know, they're 1-0 up against their rivals Villa, that Midlands derby. It was great atmosphere. My friend Rob was over there, and they had the tifo of John McGinn before the game and stuff like that, you know. And but Villa, even Emi Martinez, see that world class save, tip onto the bar, but as he's coming back down, he pushes the ball out. But Kamara, he hasn't scored in quite some time, but when he does, it was a fantastic finish late on in the game as well, and it was a great win, clean sheet. But Wolves, they've been desperate. They're obviously, like I said, between them and Burnley, they'll be the first two names that are going to be going down by the looks of it. Very disappointing. Rob Edwards is going to have a big job to do, even in the Championship, a rebuild within the club.
Dare I say, maybe questioning his decision.
I would be, from leaving a club that was doing very well in the Championship to going to a relegated Wolves team, let's say, a very, very strange choice and we talked about it on the mashup here when it happened. It didn't seem like it was the right thing to be doing, But listen, you never know what goes on in people's heads, or what money was offered, or what was said, what promises he was given, by the Wolves board of management and stuff like that. So you don't know, but it was such a strange move. And
January will be a very interesting month for Wolves.
It will be.
We will see what kind of promises were made, maybe.
Yeah,
it
will be.
But
I think it'd be a little too late at that stage, I think if anything in January, they're not going to be looking to get players in Premier League, players to keep them up. They're probably thinking we need to embed Championship players here to get us, when we get relegated, at least they'll be here 6 to 8 months before the league starts. So that's the process of thinking that I think they'll be going through,
Yeah, absolutely. West Ham 0, Liverpool 2, clean sheet, 2 good goals. Plenty of possession, plenty of control in the game. Big shout out as well, of course, we have to remember Billy Bonds, who sadly passed away. And it was a lovely tribute to him as well. Jared Bowen lined the jersey and all. It was quite emotional and stuff like that. So I used it as the thumbnail in my match reaction today as well. I thought it would be fitting and stuff like that. But Isaac getting a lovely goal, nice finish and stuff like that and all. Joe finish. Gomez getting an assist. An assist.
It was but I think Bowen had a great chance, didn't he? At one, was it 0-0 or 1? Yeah, 0-0. I think goes 1-0 could be a different game. But then, listen, the talking point, he's won. Yeah, the talking point for me was the sending off. There's something dodgy going on there. There is something dodgy going on there.
Yeah. Like, I've never seen a player. We tried to calm him down. His own team tried to calm him down. The ref tried to calm him down. Everyone was grabbing a jar. Bowen nearly had him up in a bear hug at one stage. Yeah. And I'm thinking, why is this lad so adamant to get sent off here? And then I was thinking, it's Paqueta.
Yeah.
And apparently there's a little bit of an investigation going on. They're looking at the betting patterns.
That won't surprise me.
That won't surprise at all. You know what I mean?
His brothers would have been on it. But you've seen Van Dijk and all. And then at one stage, Van Dijk's like, what is actually going on here? Like,
what's on this lad has head loss. Absolute head loss. And then he's nearly battering the fourth official on the way out as well. Just to make sure the red is cemented. You know what I mean?
Did you see when it happened? Neilno's face on the sideline was just like
livid. He should be fined a month's wages. Should be fined a month's wages. And then he came out with the statement, obviously, about the mental health issues in terms of what he's gone through with the betting and stuff like that. But funny enough, I didn't put 2 to 2 together in terms of my tinfoil hat and conspiracy theories about the sending off and the betting and stuff like that. I read it today and I was thinking, Jesus Christ, should be looked at. Interesting.
Yesterday straight away, it was like, what the fuck?
What did you know yesterday in terms of putting players in their proper position and actually playing a formation with players playing where they should?
Do you know what? When I seen the starting 11, I was like, right, it was always going to be a tough game against West Ham away. Dropping Salah, I think, was coming a mile off. Anyone could see, Stevie Wonder could see that had to happen. And for Isaac, it was, for him anyway, it's getting that duck off the back, and it was a great finish.
Florian Wirtz as well yesterday, very good.
Listen, the match. He's had a tough time, and listen, if you're gonna judge players on money and all, like Anthony had it with United, you have to do it. I think this could be a turning point for him, and I think particularly with the run of games that's coming up now,
Don't say it. Don't say it.
What is it?
Oh, don't talk about that run of games. Don't.
No. But I was just gonna say, maybe over the next
that easier run of games, we lost the first two of them.
I know. Listen. I know that. I know that. But listen. He'll probably get on the score sheet sooner or later. But it was good to see. Listen, no, as a football fan, you want to see players playing at their best. You know, I don't get anything from seeing Vert's loss of confidence. Yeah, we have this banter and all, but you want to see the league. You want to see the best players in the league play at the highest level and to their actual best. And it frustrated me with Pogba a lot of the time. He had moments, but he couldn't do it over a sustained period of time. But that's what you want to see. You want to see them playing it like that. So I think he will. I think he'll come good, but it's taken him a while to settle in, as it has done with other players coming from different leagues over the years. 100%. And you don't know what's going on as well in terms of, relocating your family and your culture, lifestyle and stuff.
Culture,
exactly.
Everything.
That all comes into it as well. But and
these are young men. These are young players as well.
Exactly.
You know
exactly.
What I mean? Like
so
arriving at 27 after being at 4 or 5 different clubs, So
and don't forget they don't put an individual price on their own heads. It's the clubs that do that. So
and I often say the price is not what kicks the ball either.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They have to carry the weight of it. But hopefully it's the beginning of something more realistic of what we should look like and how we should play. And I was very encouraged yesterday as well at times at how we held the ball and controlled the game and looked quite comfortable in possession rather than the kind of panic and the anxiety we've been experiencing over the last number of months and stuff like that. So it was refreshing to see that as well. But I've been the aggravating thing for me yesterday was I've been calling to play players in their fucking goddamn positions. And now that they do it, it's the Arteta light bulb moment. Be like the light bulb, wake up. And we're the proven track record on it because we've history of it from a number of years ago. So we should know better. We should know better. Why would you have Joe Gomez and Calvin Ramsey on the bench when you need a right back and you're taking the engine of your midfield and Dominic Szoboszlai out of that position to put a right back?
Exactly,
it's an insane decision. An insane decision. And it's amazing. It took to the point where the threat of being sacked happened. And then I see today, apparently now Giovanni Van Bronckhorst is going to be the fall guy for it, which is absolutely insane as well.
Has he been linked with a move away or something like that now to another club?
Well, as far as now, according to looking at Edwards and Hughes, it looks like they want him out the door anyway. But I think a lot of that might be trying to alleviate the pressure on Slot and stuff like that. To pin it on Van Bronckhorst, I think, is a bit like... You know what I mean? The manager is the manager, the coach is the coach, so I don't know. Nottingham Forest 0, Brighton 2.
Revenge for the 7-0.
With the real Slim Shady, please stand up. Brighton arrived.
Yeah. And I think it was a mix of a few things. They did play well, but Forest weren't creating, weren't putting they were creating chances, but they weren't putting them away. They looked frustrated team on the day. And listen, Brighton, we know how dangerous they can be on the attack. It's with them in free flow, they're probably one of the best attacking teams in the league on their day. But and as well, they've often found it very hard to play against Sean Dyche teams. If you look at them in the past against Burnley and stuff like that, they found it very difficult to break them down. And you would have maybe expected the same. But it was a great win. They'd be delighted with that.
Yeah. Don't worry, Joanne. Don't worry, Joanne. I'll come back to your predictions as well when we're going through the midweek games, stuff like that. Month's wages won't matter after what he won in the bookies.
Too right, Ted.
Big up, Keith. Salah needs to be on the bench for the next game. The difference the team was in that game. You know what? I was listening to a narrative today about Mo Salah being benched and all this kind of stuff. And do you know something? I want players to be picked on merit, and I want players to play. That's how it should be. That's how you should pick your team. You shouldn't be picking team based on history and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't like the shade being thrown at Mo Salah being benched and stuff like that. This guy carried this team last season to a Premier League title, and I thought it was very unfair. Yes, has he been playing poor? Absolutely. He'd probably be the most honest and first guy to tell you that as well. And I think it's no harm maybe to sit down, but the narrative of him being benched and all this kind of stuff, I didn't like the play on it. Really, I thought it was a bit out of order, to be honest, for a guy who's delivered so much for the club. I think obviously players should be picked on merit. He's not playing well, so yeah, he should be on the bench. But like, Mo Salah's a world-class footballer. Let's not get that twisted. Oh, the light bulb moment, Joanne says. Absolutely, Joanne. Oh, my God. My God, I tell you, we badly need it. And then we rounded out with the Super Sunday, the big game of the weekend that kind of got spoiled a little bit, started out well, but Chelsea won, Arsenal won. Trevor Chalobah with the goal, and Moreno came on with a I don't know what Chelsea were thinking, an unmarked header in the 6-yard box, basically, and put it away. Lovely. Like, what did you like? What was Caicedo on like yesterday? I mean, he was on a tear from minute one as well. How come they weren't calming that guy down? And what was he doing faking the injury?
I was just going to say that he deserved an Oscar.
About?
He deserved an Oscar.
He deserves a 5-game ban for that.
It was brilliant. Oh, lads, I was pissing myself laughing when I seen it because he knew what he'd done. He obviously knew what he'd done. He knew it would be a straight red card,
100%.
and he was rolling around pretending he got injured. Like, you know, it was like, I don't know if the lads seen Brighton's second goal yesterday, where Sells comes out and upends your man, and he's rolling around, and then they scored a rebound, and he gets up and he starts celebrating straight away. I'm like, what the hell? Like, but listen. Big match for both teams, and in fairness, I thought Chelsea were excellent. I thought they were excellent with 10 men. At times, it looked like they had 12 men on the pitch. They were defending that well. Sanchez and goal pulled off some fantastic saves. I think he's come into his own a bit. I know he's a bit shaky at the start when he came in and stuff, but he's picked up a bit of a consistency about him and stuff like that. And obviously to go 1-0 up against Arsenal with 10 men, they were in dreamland. But like you said, it's like that. You can just take your eye off it a little bit. And Moreno with a free header, he thought all his Christmas come at once. And then I thought when that went in, I thought Arsenal would go and do it and beat them, and it wasn't to be then, you know. So I think Chelsea will be delighted with the points. Arsenal be very disappointed coming away with only a point. Sorry, I was just watching this. Only a point after that. But fantastic performance by Chelsea. Really was.
Big old pal.
How's it going, man?
At Dubs talking scrubs. Yeah, there we go. That's
Dubs
Bren.
talking scrubs. All right, Bren.
There we go. Yeah, Ted, you know something? I would totally agree with you. It's not enough. But I mean, he probably could have had 2 assists, Jesse. He created plenty that lads didn't get on the end of. And he also had a couple of good chances to score himself. And I think that will come in time. But in terms of where we had been with him compared to where he was yesterday, for now, I will take that. Thank you very much. Now, I'm not saying it's anywhere near and stuff like that. But listen, it's going to be a process. It's very clear. And that's the way it's going to go. Joanne's in. What was super about that shit?
Go on, Joanne.
I tell you, it was a real competitive game with a bit of noodle to it, an old school, and I liked.
There was a lot. About 9 yellow cards, I think. A lot of stoppages as well. It was kind of stop, start.
I love to watch how players work in that kind of situation. You see, the boy Hincapié as well was on a mad head loss as well, and
But in fairness. I was just going to say, with the 9 yellow cards, it breaks up the momentum with the game. You know, you can't get into a momentum, and it would have been very frustrating for Arsenal in that sense.
Keith said there, that my lads, check out as well, Brennan Daves. They're going to do a whole Scrubs podcast and all, because I think there's another season coming or something, or it has started.
Scrubs is coming back, is it?
Apparently so. I think isn't there a new season or something, or has it come back or something like that? They were saying so. They're taking a deep dive into Scrubs.
My Saturday night viewing, like I said in the chat, had changed, and I was looking at you, Keith, Brennan, and Dave on Saturday night. Very good show though.
I've never watched an episode of Scrubs.
I haven't either. I haven't.
Yeah, I've never watched, but the lads might inspire me to.
Do you know what I started watching again recently, which I'd watched ages ago? Godfather of Harlem. I know it's not a Scrubs type show, but what a show. Bumpy Johnson, man. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, nice. Right, let's get into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tuesday, Bournemouth versus Everton.
Sorry, yeah, I can see it there now. Grew up out of that, Keith.
Yeah, Brent. That's Ted's telling us as well. Yeah, new seasons. Yeah, that's where the boys are on it at the moment. Yeah.
Never watched it. Never watched it.
No, I've never watched it.
Yeah, two teams obviously that be disappointed with the results over the weekend and will be looking to bounce back. But for me, I'm Bournemouth 3-0.
That's Joanne's predictions. I flick back up into her predictions are all
Fair
in
play,
here.
Joanne. Yeah, no.
She loves it. Yeah.
I was thinking more of a draw, to be fair. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a draw on that one. Maybe
You
a
can be
1-1.
guaranteed that Everton won't be starting as slow in this game. That's for
No,
sure. If
definitely not.
Moisey has anything to say about it. I'm thinking. What are we thinking? A draw?
I think a draw. Yeah, I think 1-1.
Yeah, I think a draw as well. I think looking at it, Fulham versus Man City. Fulham 2-1.
Joanne, I think I think he could be onto something there. Fulham very difficult to play in Craven Cottage. City weren't at their best, still got over the line against Leeds, Obviously Pepe be looking for answers and a bit of a bounce back. I don't know why he's insisting in starting Bernardo Silva, to be honest with you. I think there's obviously other players that are there that were on the bench that came on and were better in my opinion and created straight off. But yeah, I think it's going to be very difficult. I wouldn't be surprised if Fulham snuck something, but I think it might be the other way. In fairness, I'm going to go City 2-1 on that one.
Yeah, I think so as well. Just marginal, just a reverse of Joanne. I think it'd be a good game though. I'd say the reason he started Bernardo Silva as well because he knew the Leeds game was going to be quite physical.
Yeah.
We probably wanted him in there to do that hard, those hard yards.
Yeah.
Newcastle versus Tottenham. Joanne's going for a 2-2. What are we thinking here? Tottenham away.
Yeah, no, Tottenham away, they stand a better chance. Obviously, Newcastle have been a bit of hit and miss as well, and at home. But I don't know. I think
having Dan Bourne back was huge, wasn't it? The other day?
Definitely.
It's mad to think the difference he makes in the team and stuff like that.
Do you know what? I'm gonna go Newcastle 3-2 here.
Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if Tottenham put in a big performance here and get a win like a 3-1 or something. It's the frustration of Spurs fans this season as well, where they could go out and they could absolutely thump Newcastle at St. James's, and then at home, maybe at home at the weekend, they could be playing like a Burnley or something like that, or a Wolves or something, and get fucking beat. Like it's insane. It's such a roller coaster.
Forward to seeing Joanne's prediction for the first game on Wednesday night. Oh,
there you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, you won't be. I don't know. If it is, I can only see one goal being in it. I have a good feeling it could be a draw, but if anyone is going to win it, I think it will be Arsenal. But
the only thing I would be worried about is the quality that Arsenal now have back. Odegaard is back, Madueke is back, Victor Yerkes is back in there again as well. So these had all been kind of on the periphery. Now they're after getting minutes against Chelsea. I think having that amount of quality there. I know Keith will have the boys well marshaled and well coached and stuff like that. But it's at the Emirates and the gulf in quality is insane.
I'm just looking here, sorry, because he'll ease them back in because it's Brentford, they Villa away, but then they've Wolves at home, Everton away, and then it goes into the quarter final of the
EFL. This is not the game that defines Brentford's season.
No, definitely not. Listen, what they've done so far this season and how they've done it, the manner in which they've won games, and even in the manner how they've lost games, they've represented themselves very well on the pitch, and that's obviously true.
It depends on the recovery as well. That was a tough Chelsea game.
It was very physical.
Yeah, recovery will be key.
And didn't Brentford have a 24 hours extra rest as well within them? So it might play up. Like I said, I'm thinking a draw, but I am thinking as well, if Arsenal win, they'll only win it by a goal,
What are you thinking on this one? Brighton and Aston Villa. This is Jekyll and Hyde. Brighton won the other weekend away. They go home. Will they lose? Aston Villa doing very well at the moment as well. Are they fourth in the league at the moment?
They started off kind of hit and miss. The performances weren't there. The goals weren't there either. Watkins couldn't even buy a goal at one stage, that type of way. And he's still kind of, there was a bit of chopping and changing, and there was
they were struggling to figure out that European Premier League dynamic.
Exactly.
I think they figured it out a little bit now. I think.
I'm actually gonna go for a Brighton win here. I think Brighton are gonna sneak this one 2-1.
Ooh, back-to-back wins for them as well.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. I'm gonna go for Villa in this. I just feel Brighton is kind of a little bit like Spurs, not as bad at home, obviously, but a little bit like Spurs, where you get good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
Thing, you know,
Listen, but long way to travel on a Wednesday night, isn't it? For the Villa, like.
Yeah, and especially after the home game against Wolves, they're probably heading down. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, but
Burnley Palace, expect a bounce back here from Palace, wouldn't you?
100%, and I'm gonna agree with Joanne. I like the look of that prediction, to be honest with you. Probably see Mateta on the score sheet once or twice, and a solid performance.
Mitchell, Munoz.
you name. But no, I'm gonna agree with Joanne there. I think 3-0 is a very reasonable scoreline. That could
I see Palace in this, all right. Likewise, I probably see Nottingham Forest as well, fixing up from the weekend as well.
I do, and the thing for Wolves, which I didn't say there about the preview, like in the review, you look at it, and I spoke about the points tally. Don't forget, they've already played Burnley and Leeds at home, and they lost both of those games. That's a massive thing for them to look at. You know, they're going to struggle. They're going to struggle really, really bad, I think.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Forest 2-0 here.
Interesting. Right, and next up then we have Leeds versus Chelsea.
Again, we seen how good Chelsea were the last few games, particularly again with him and against Arsenal. Leeds,
Caicedo suspended. Give them a little bit of hope. Bit. That Ellen Road.
I don't think it's enough. Listen, Ellen Road under the lights, the atmosphere is going to be electric.
Also, Chelsea are going to feel a bit of pressure as well, because the fans are beginning to believe that something special might happen this season.
Yeah, I was going to say, which could happen. Leeds will take the lead. I feel they could take the lead, maybe from a set piece. Okay. Chelsea under the pressure, I think they could equalise late on in the game and maybe nick a winner. I think Chelsea 2-1 in this game.
2-1. Heaping more pressure on Leeds as well after going right down into that bottom three as well, aren't they? So a lot of pressure there under Daniel Farke at the moment.
Do you know what, Joanne? Like, I'm not slagging you, because I think Sunderland are one of the toughest teams to play against at the minute, the way they play. And since you're gone off the screen here, I'm gonna go Sunderland 4-0.
What?
No,
back, baby. But we're back, baby. We're back.
Yeah. No, listen,
famous last words.
I think it will be a tricky game. Don't get me wrong. It will be.
The key battle is that McAllister, Gravenberch, Granit Xhaka battle.
Exactly.
That's where this game would be won and lost.
Granit Xhaka, his assist against Bournemouth on Saturday. He was man of the match for me. Like, he was unbelievable. As do you know what? This is so tough to call this one. If again, it's kind of like Arsenal. I think in my head, I'm thinking a draw, but I'm thinking if anyone's going to win it, it's going to be used by a goal.
Do you know what my worry is?
Come off Van Dijk's arse or something and go.
No, my worry in this game is, again, we have found a lovely formula on Sunday, and he tears up the sheet again and reverts back because it's at home.
See, that's the thing. That
could happen. You get Mo Salah back in, because Mo Salah's not going to be happy sitting there for 2 games, especially not one at Anfield. So Mo Salah might go back in. And you might take Joe Gomez out, and you might have Dom or Curtis going into right back, and you're going, what are you changing the recipe and the formula again for? And that's my risk. I find it very hard to call this one until I actually see the confirmed lineups, to be honest. But Sunderland will be plucky. Sunderland are on a tear at the moment. They're
very tough to play against.
Yeah, it's hard to know what way it might go. Absolutely. But Joanne, you've upset me there now. You've upset me. Man United, West Ham.
Oh, where do you begin? Yeah, my mum is obviously a West Ham fan, so the household between my dad and my mum on Thursday evening will be split. I'm hoping obviously the win over the weekend will give us a bit of boost
He's thought about Scrubs now, not Man United.
I was just going to say that. Don't fucking go, don't bother what.
Yeah. United are playing well at the moment. What are you talking about?
Not that dirt.
Yeah,
No,
Scrubs.
yeah, hopefully the momentum from the weekend will take it in, and obviously with them getting beaten as well at home under the lights, I'm gonna go. Do you know what? I'm gonna go 3-1 United. Just gonna go mad on 3-1. I've said 2-1 enough. I've said 2-1 enough.
Listen, they can't afford to be missing players like Paqueta. Would you be worried about Nuno in there? He coaches teams very well and they're very structured.
Yeah.
And then Man United again back at Old Trafford. A lot of pressure there, like the Everton game.
100%.
Sometimes I said the one thing we said on Thursday in the preview for the United away at Palace game was away from home there's a little less pressure on them. Whereas at home, you're underneath that cosh to perform in front of that 60, 70,000 strong there, you know what I mean? So a lot more pressure then on, you know, and stuff like that. But again, I think West Ham will come and they will be plucky and they will do stuff. They will match up to the bit of physicality. But I think with United, again, with the quality that they have and stuff like that, they'll probably just come through it, I'd say. Probably just come through. Souček came on late against us. And I wonder, is he only back from an injury or something like that? Because he's a really important player for West Ham as well.
Did he only score for them last week, did he?
I wasn't sure. I was wondering why, because he only came on as a sub, and I think he only came on the back of the Paqueta sending off, didn't he? So I wasn't too sure, because he always crops up for a goal.
I know, but unless it was tactical because of the games coming up over the next few weeks and stuff, you know. That's my only thought.
Phil's in there on Newcastle as well. Phil's thinking like me as well. He's thinking like me. Yeah, interesting.
Golden Girls, do you remember that program? Do you know what program I love watching? It does be on at like 7 o'clock on a Saturday and Sunday morning. Cheers. You can't beat it. Ted Danson.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, where everybody knows your name.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
what a career he went on to have.
We went there in 2000 when we dad's football team over to Boston, and we played a few matches over there, and we went to Cheers Bar over there.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
That was class. Actually, we went to Ireland against America in the Foxborough Stadium as well. And I think I said it on this before, the anthems were done in the tunnel because it was a thunderstorm. It was in May. We were wearing black bin liners to keep the rain off. It was mad.
It's mad, isn't it?
How many red cards have Chelsea got this season?
I think at one stage they had 5 or 6 on the bounce, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
did they have 4 or 5 in a run of games or something like that. A couple of them were Europe, were they? I think.
As far as I can remember,
Sunderland
went a good few years ago, got 9 in one season. And I know QPR, the year Joey Barton and all were playing with them, might have been 2011, 12 or 13, whenever it was. I think they had 8 or 9 that season as well. I'm nearly sure. And Barton got 3 or 4 of them.
He's lost his mind.
Remember he got, I think it was the season. Yeah, it must have been the season he got sent off. Remember the last game of the season, he lost the head against and Aguero scored the goal and stuff like that. So I'm nearly sure QPR that season had 8 or 9. I'm nearly sure, and then Sunderland definitely.
We'll check it out for Thursday show, but I'd say they're pretty close, Chelsea, anyway.
Yeah, if the lads can check in the chat there, I'm nearly sure that's the way it goes, and let us know how many Chelsea have so far this season.
I'm not sure in the Premier League where they are. I think they might have 2 in Europe.
Because
I think
it felt like someone was getting sent off on them every week at one stage, didn't it?
Yeah, or maybe 1 in Europe, or maybe 1 in a domestic cup or something like that. But I know at one stage they had a glut of 4 or 5 of them in the space of like a month or something like that. It was insane. I know Joe Pedro. Did Joe Pedro pick up 2? I think. Did he pick up 1 in the league and 1 either in the cup or in Europe or something like that? It was insane. Anyway, yeah, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, interesting stuff. So, anything else you want to go through? Or
I just wanted to send me thoughts and prayers out to the family of Paddy Daly. He was an esteemed referee in Ireland for many years, and I have heard that he was an assessor for the FAI at one stage, but he's the first Irishman to be an assistant referee in the 1982 UEFA Cup final Gothenburg against Hamburg, and he done the 1979 UEFA Cup Winners' Cup semi-final in the new camp, which Barcelona won that game. He passed away there the other day. I think anyone in Irish football will know Paddy, but sadly he passed away, and I just want to send me thoughts and
prayers and
prayers out
absolutely.
to the families and stuff like that, because he's a big name within the footballing world, particularly the refereeing world. So my thoughts and prayers to everyone.
Absolutely. Another good one gone, as they say. Yeah, so that's it, folks. I don't think we've anything else to add. Plenty of shows going up there, as you can see, anyway. So make sure you're checking them out. Also, make sure you're checking out the boys from Legends and from Allenswood as well. Give them all your support as well for these Legends games as well.
Definitely.
I will be back on Wednesday. There'll be a couple of shows probably releasing tomorrow, recordings. I'll be back on Wednesday for Pro Wrestling Weekly, where we will be talking about Survivor Series War Games. Not very good, as they say. I'll also be back on Thursday with Darren. Yeah, and then I think Friday we've got a World Cup draw, haven't we?
This Friday, yeah.
This Friday we have a World Cup draw, so lots going on. Plenty of football, plenty of pro wrestling. That's where we want to be, as always. So until next time, folks, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button, and drop a like on the video.